guys, my name is Daphne Frias. I'm 22 years old and I am a youth activist. I'm here to talk to you today about how to be the best ally to those of us with disabilities. So my first tip is don't ignore someone's disability. I know right off the bat, if you meet somebody with a noticeable disability, you may feel a little bit uncomfortable bringing it up and you may think the best thing to do is actually just ignore it, but I promise you it's actually the opposite. We are so often living proudly and authentically as ourselves, and we want people to acknowledge that. So if you're wanting to avoid awkward situations, I say the best bet is just ask someone if they're comfortable enough to talk about their disability, and most often than not, we are. So my second tip is we really appreciate all of your help, but don't be offended if we don't take it. We all want to be independent as people, and those of us with disabilities have varying degrees of things we can and can't do. So we want to try to be as independent as possible. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to open the door for someone or grab something off a grocery store shelf, but if we don't accept your help, don't be offended. We're just trying to be as independent as everybody else. So my third tip, I hate to break it to you guys, but I don't know that random boy with a disability that you happen to know also. So this weird phenomena exists that people believe that just because I have a disability, I happen to know everybody else on the face of the earth that has a disability, and that's just not true. It's actually a really diminishing concept, and it makes people feel like you're just clumping us into one big category and erasing our personal identities. Let us know about sort of your personal experiences with disabilities, but don't necessarily assume that we are all sort of magically friends with one another. So my fourth tip, and I think this one is sort of my favorite and most important. The idea of disability comes in all shapes and forms, in every color under the rainbow, but it's often not seen that way. So my tip is if someone doesn't have a visible disability, don't assume that they're not disabled. There's many different types of disabilities, such as neurodivergent disorders like autism and dyslexia, or disorders like Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that isn't often very easily to notice. But that doesn't mean that they don't need your help and that they aren't part of the disabled community. So my fifth tip is just remember to be empathetic. A lot of people regard those with disabilities as sort of not human or sort of weirdly in the middle. But I think the best thing to remember is that we all have feelings and we all want to be treated the same. So my number one piece of advice is just to be a little bit empathetic and step back and reevaluate your everyday actions. If the kitchen counter in your apartment was too high or low for you to reach, if the doorway to your bathroom is a little bit too narrow, or maybe you process things a little bit differently than everybody else and it makes you feel like an outcast. We all have different things that make us unique and special, and that shouldn't set us apart from everybody else. At the end of the day, those with disabilities, we're all just regular people too, and we want to be treated as such.